What up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tune into World Combat Sports. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, you're listening to World Combat Sports. What's good, everyone? I'm waiting for my man, Frank Popoca, Jr. to come in here. You know, professional boxer, U.S. Army soldier, out of Burgess Boxing and Fitness, man. I want to chop it up with him, man. We've been talking back and forth about getting him an interview and, do his service duties and everything. I'm gonna wait for him to come on. Appreciate everyone that's in the live chat. This is an up and coming professional boxer in the sport, just starting his career. Of course, World Combat Sports, man. Support Burgess Boxing and Fitness out here, and y'all just enjoy the interview, man. Hold on for a second. Let me get him on here.
Frank, how you doing, Scott?
I'm good, man. Hold on for a second, bro.
Give me a second. I'm hearing a lot of an echo. Let's see if this works.
Hello?
Yeah, how is it now?
It still sounds like really choppy.
So, are you on your phone or a PC?
My phone.
Okay,
it's working a little better now.
What now?
Yeah, it's working better now.
All right, cool. Introduce yourself to your fans out there, Frank.
All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Frank Popoca Jr. I'm a U.S. Army soldier. I'm also a part-time professional boxer at the moment, and I look forward to being a world champion one day.
And also, he's fighting out of Burgess Boxing and Fitness. Bad salute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out of North Carolina. Yeah. Shout out to Tony Burgess and everybody that's over there. Go ahead, Frank. What you were saying?
Shout out to them.
Hey, Frank, what you been up to?
Spring Lake, North Carolina.
Yeah, the Spring Lake, man.
Getting ready for the next fight. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I like the gear you got on.
Yeah, for sure. I had to represent.
Nothing. I have another fight. Yeah. I got another fight coming up March 27th. So I've been preparing for that. I'm also in the process of getting out the Army. I have about 2 months left. I've already done a little over 3 years. And yeah, that's basically all I've been focusing on lately.
So let me ask you this, man. Are you planning on taking up the sport, professional boxing, full time once you out of the Army?
So I'd like to take it once I'm out of the Army. Yes, I'd love more than anything in the world. I'd love to take it full time, make it a career. But I know that it's a work in progress. It's not gonna happen overnight, So I'm still gonna get me a little part-time job and give all I got and to see where this road takes me.
How many years have you did in the U.S. Army, man?
I've been in the Army for about a little over 3 years. So 3 years and some change.
Okay, so they allow you to get out at 3.5 or 4 years even. I'm not sure. It's been a while.
No. So yeah, it's so the contract I signed up for. My contract was 3 years and 29 weeks. So basically there. My actual ETS date from the Army, I get out is May 7th, 2021. But I have a bunch of leave days saved up, so I'm gonna get out a little earlier than expected.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah. Hey, first of all, appreciate your service, man. I don't like saying thank you for your service because everybody says that once a year on Veterans Day. So appreciate the service. Much respect, man.
Veterans Day, exactly.
Yeah, 82nd Airborne. And what initially led you to start boxing, man?
So when I was a little kid, my mom we moved around a lot, but my mom lives in these apartment buildings, and we used to always wrestle and just fuck around like little kids, how they always do. And I had a little job as a 10-year-old And I decided one day when I got paid, I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy my first pair of boxing gloves. I actually ended up buying 2 sets, and all the little kids in the apartments, we were throwing the gloves, and I was kicking everybody's ass. And sure enough, my mom, I guess my mom saw that and she thought it'd be a good idea to sign me up for boxing, and it was all she wrote from there. Just started. I've been boxing since I was 10 years old.
So who started training you first, man?
Who trained me first?
Yeah, who started training you when you was a kid in boxing? Who did?
So back home, I'm originally from California, from the Los Angeles area. There's a small gym called Maywood Boxing Club. There's a dude, his name is Martin Noriega. He was my very first trainer. He worked with me for about a year, and he ended up relocating gyms, which was a lot. I couldn't train with him after that because he was like way too far from me. The bus ride was too much for a 10-year-old to be traveling all over like LA.
Absolutely.
So I ended up relocating to another gym. Yeah, I ended up relocating to another gym in Southgate. It was called CW Promotions, and then that's where I got my first amateur fights. My first couple of amateur fights. His name was Chava. And yeah, from there I bounced around from gym to gym because I moved around a lot. So I go to whatever was closest to me. But I think those two trainers had like the biggest impact on me. The first one taught me discipline and respect because I was a wild little kid. And then my second coach, the one that had me do a couple amateur fights, he was very big, old school, traditional Mexican. The boxing coach, just all about power, sitting down your punches, and I feel like that's what I grasped off him. But yeah,
that's what's up, man. When I look at you when you was training with Tony, I noticed you weighed a lot more than what you do now. What was your weight back then, and what you weigh now?
So when I first got here, I was about $180, 178. I was fighting in the amateurs as a light heavyweight, but I took some time off and I wasn't really training like 100%. I was in the gym maybe 1 or 2 days out of the week, and I shot up to like almost 200 pounds. I was 197, and once I found out that I was gonna be going pro, I cut down the weight. I fought at super middleweight 168, but right now I'm walking around like probably at 173, 174, trying to not let myself get that big again because it was a mission to get all that weight off.
Oh, absolutely, man. I seen your progress. I was watching your film, believe it or not. And man, you came a long way, especially with your coordination and understanding everything about putting your punches together. That first professional fight, it was Justin Gunter, right?
Yeah, with Justin Gunter, yeah.
How did that feel to you, man? You got your first 4-rounder out the way on the professional stage. How was that for you? Were you nervous going in there, or did you feel pretty confident, man?
So honestly, I was a bit nervous before the fight. But it wasn't like before the fight. It's probably like a day or two. There were a day or two for the fight. I was a little nervous, and the next day when my mom came in, all that nervousness it went away. I had everything that I was fighting for right in front of me. Her and my little brother were there, and just a feeling of like just being excited, just excitement. I was excited throughout the whole day. Could ask my coach. Most boxers before their fights, they get told to sit down. Not to waste energy walking around. I was up saluting all my military folk that came out to support me, saying hi to everybody. I was excited, and I was really I'm my own worst critic. So as far as the performance goes for the fight, I know that I did not display what I could have. There's a lot of things that I need to work on, that I still need to continue to work on, and I'm still happy with the result. I felt like I won. I dominated the majority of the fight, and I did what's the most important. I took the W. I won, and I'm happy about that. But I'm upset with my performance. I feel like I could have performed a lot better.
Hey man, you got the victory. Boxing is a growth process, though, Frank. You know that. All those people. Look, you got Tony Burgess in the building, man. You got the legend himself, James Tony, man. Come on, it's a growth process, man.
Yeah, I know. I understand that, and I didn't fight I fought a tough opponent, so that's another thing I gotta give myself a little credit for, because he was debuting. He has a background in MMA, so it's not like they just pick somebody like off the street. Like this guy was there. He showed up. He You could tell he's trained before. He had heart. I tried like there was multiple times where I tried to take him out and I just couldn't. He had a chin, he had heart. He wasn't going out with a fight, and I definitely respect my opponent. We've been like touching up every here and there.
Yeah.
He's a solid dude, and I don't know if he's watching. I just want to give a little shout out to him. Appreciate you, Justin. Amazing first fight.
Yo, man, y'all was throwing hands, man, in the phone booth. What was going through your mind? It looked like freaking James Toney and Iran Barkley up in there, man.
Man, so my game plan, I had a game plan, and it was to stay long and box. My coach knows I can sit down and bang, but he didn't want me to do it. He's like, you could win this guy by boxing, stay long and, box. And I felt like I was doing that at moments, but I didn't stay consistent with it. I feel like if I would have done that, it probably would have been an easier fight. But I don't know, just my coach says it's the Mexican in me there. I tend to get in my head and try to sit down and start banging. But I had a lot of fun. It was a great experience. And even though we were sitting down in the phone booth, I know I was putting myself at risk. I still was like, I'm happy that I was able to please the crowd. I definitely pleased the crowd, and we put on the show, and that feels good.
What did Tony Burgess have to say to you, man, after the fight?
Tony Burgess was emotional. He didn't really have much to say. He was just crying, and he was happy that I got the one. He was happy that I was up there, and I represented myself, the gym, and James Toney really well. I just know that he was really proud. He felt really proud.
Absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you have people looking at you like that, the reason why they shedding tears there, Tony, because they seen the growth and the transition. Seriously, when it comes to the sport and you get to see, Tony calls you his son. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see a people grow, it's very special to them to see you in there and contend, especially in a contact sport. Not everybody can be a boxer, right? And then see their kids compete. But sometimes trainers may live through their fighter, and they know where you started from when you first walked in the gym to where you at right now. And I'm telling you, you went in there with a tough opponent, man, your first fight, and y'all was throwing hands, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. He definitely was a tough opponent. But I wouldn't have had it any other way. I think, like I said, I am my worst critic, but I'm glad that I was able to show that I can compete at that level, that I didn't need to cherry pick like my fight. If I'm the opponent, my coach said, let's do it. I trusted my team, and we did. And
hey, did James Toney have anything to say to you after the fight?
So I ended up meeting up with James maybe about a week or two after. Maybe I think it was a week after the fight. I flew down to Cali, we had a conversation, and I feel like James is a little bit of a hard ass, but I get it. He's a legend. But he told me I should knock this fucking ass out. That's what that is straight up. But
yeah, that sounds about right. What he'll say.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
So James also said, this is what caught me off by like surprise. It really caught me by surprise. So the fact that this living legend, to me, he's a legend. So I really didn't know who he was till I showed up to North Carolina. I didn't. And
damn, Frank.
Who he was. I started watching film on him. Nah, I did. I'd be boosting if I said I didn't know who he was. And I started watching a lot of film on him, and I saw he had hands, man. He could throw down. And anyways, it meant a lot when I went back home and we were talking, and he told me, he's like, I could make you into a champion. Come down to LA, let me train you, and we're gonna do this the right way. I can make you into a champion. He's like, if I didn't see anything in you and believe in you, he's like, I've been around this sport a long time. If I didn't see anything in you, I tell you, you're wasting your time to leave my gym. He's like, but with you got something special, and I know you could be something. Just you got to put in the work and keep your head on straight. And when he said that, I think it was my best friend Adam Hernandez, one of my childhood best friends. He was there with me. I almost got emotional. I didn't let it out, that machismo that men have, but it meant a lot. It definitely meant a lot.
Hey, man, being able to get that first professional fight out of the way, get rid of the butterflies, do you think you'll step back in the ring this year in 2021? If so, how many times you see yourself gloving up?
So we already actually have a fight scheduled for. It's not nothing's ever set in stone, but we're shooting for March 27th. I have a fight coming up. And I mean, outside of that, it's all on Mr. Burgess is really the one who's been finding me the fights. When I got down to LA, I don't know if he's still going to be finding me fights or who's going to take care of that as far as James. But me personally, I want to fight as much as I can, build up this record. And there's a couple people that I met up with in the amateurs that are professional now. And they have perfect records. Eventually, I want to start calling some of those guys out. Make a bigger name for myself and just show the world what I can do.
So where are you going to be residing at once you get out the service, man? What state did you say?
So California.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna be in Cali, man. You're gonna have plenty. You're gonna have plenty fighting holes over there, man, to train your craft. You know what I'm saying? There's so many gyms over there to train, and the weather's nice too.
Yeah.
What part of California you gonna be in, man?
So I stay in it's called Linwood, California. That's where I lived at last. It's right next to Compton. I'll probably be there for a little bit for a couple months, and then I'm gonna probably try to move closer to where James Toney's gym is at, because he's about half an hour, almost 45 minutes away from where I stay at. I got an uncle that lives up there. I was looking at maybe staying with him so I could like train, find me a little job and see if he supports me with this. But like I said, I gotta get down there, get situated first, and then it's gonna be rock and roll time again.
Hey, be careful. James Toney still he might dump a cold bucket of water on you, man. At 4:00 in the morning or something like that. He old school, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, what you think
I got no problem with that. In the military, we wake up. Was that?
No, go ahead.
No, I said, in the military, we wake up at the most randomest time, so it don't matter to me. I got to be up at 4 a.m. to go get my road work, and I'll do it.
I haven't asked you, man. Did you even box? Have you had a moment in the service where you boxed, slap boxed or boxed while you've been in the Army, man?
Yeah. So basic training. There was this. He was our PG, our platoon guide. I remember there was this one night, shut off the lights, and some of the guys wanted to do a slap boxing tournament, and everybody's like, "Oh, Popoca can fight," because I had a jump rope with me. I used to jump rope at night, and everybody knew I was a boxer. I had some dude that would his name was Searles. He used to stuff this duffel bag in at night for like maybe just one round or two. We put a timer on with the watches, and I'd be working on smacking the fuck out the duffel bag, and I thought that was pretty cool. Shout out to Searles for that. And then what else was it? So the slap boxing tournament. So our PG decided to host a little slap boxing tournament. People were betting money and stuff, and I ended up going with, I forgot what his name was, but we had a little slap boxing. I don't think I dominated him. I didn't knock him out or nothing, but I was the boxer, and it showed. But as far as like amateur based, yes, I was able to participate in the Army boxing team. There was a little trial camp. So I went down there. I placed silver. I fought against it was a sergeant first class, Bukovich, some special forces instructor. I don't know where he's at now, but yeah, he was huge. I shouldn't have been fighting 178, but he was super tall. I lost split decision. I thought the fight could have went either way, but I took my L like a champ, But after, they still decided to keep me on the team, and we traveled to, I think it was Nevada, for one of the Olympic qualifier tournaments. And there I met up with a guy named Adrian Tillman, who was part of the World Class Athlete Program for the Army. Is what he literally was. That's literally what he does for the Army. He just boxes. That's what his MOS is. He goes and he boxes.
Damn,
that's what he does.
Must be nice.
So, yeah. So I met up with him in the first round, and I lost to him, but he was ranked number 1 in the nation in our weight class at the time. So I thought my performance, I did pretty well. I lost unanimously, but it was really good experience. Like, I just looked at all my losses that I've taken in the amateurs. I've looked at it as an experience and as a learning moment, and I definitely learned a lot, and I picked up a lot from him. And it was definitely a privilege to be in the ring with him, because I know he got something going for himself right now too, as far as his boxing stuff goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the Army stuff. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. At least you. At least you was able to get some experience,
Was that?
in the Army. At least you was able to get some type of boxing experience
Oh
while you
yeah.
was in the Army. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure if you would have
No, yeah,
stayed
I
in, you
was.
probably would have tried
I was.
to try out for a team or something.
Yeah.
So
No,
so
I
do
would
you
have.
follow boxing? Are you a boxing fan, hardcore fan, or you just train boxing?
So I don't want to say I'm a hardcore fan. I do watch boxing. Um, I'm not like the biggest like boxing hardcore fan, but I do watch boxing.
Yeah.
Um, I think right now my favorite fighter I'd have to say is probably I'm gonna go. I think the best fighter right now in the super middleweight division is Canelo. I really enjoy watching it.
So what do you like most about
Canelo,
Canelo's style, man?
just how he continues to grow. I don't think people see that. Like people, I feel like he's definitely at his prime, but with each fight, I feel like he grows and he accomplishes more each fight. But what I like about him right now, what I'm loving the most about him is his defense. His defense is impeccable now. Like you go back to the Floyd fight and you look at his defense there compared to now, he's a completely different fighter.
I agree. I agree. He did learn something from
Yeah,
that fight with Floyd, and he has
yeah.
grown as a fighter, of course. So who would you like to see him fight next, man?
Honestly, so I don't know if you know who Pressure is. Pressure. Uh,
Who?
Reese, the master sergeant that trains us.
Oh
There's
no.
Reese Pressure Mitchell. He's another professional. Yeah, he's another professional boxer in the gym of ours. He compares me to David Benavidez all the time. That's a fight that I think I need to see. Benavidez and Canelo. I think that should
That'll
be
be a
the
nice
next
one,
one.
dog. That'll be a nice
Yeah,
one. I like it. I like it,
yeah,
man.
yeah. I think that needs to be the next one.
Listen, bro. I think they should give Benavidez. I can't say a run it back because he hasn't fought Canelo yet, but at least give him
No.
an opportunity to earn his title back because Canelo was able to
Hmm.
fight Calvin Smith for the vacant WBC and for the
Yeah,
WBA world title. So at least give Benavidez the opportunity to earn his title back.
yeah, yeah. No, definitely. That's a fight that needs to happen. And I don't know if you follow Benavidez on social media or not, but he's been calling out Canelo like crazy. And I like them both as fighters. Like I think they're both phenomenal fighters. And I just think it'd make an interesting fight. It's something the fans want to see. I know definitely something I want to see. And I think it'd make a great fight. They need to make that happen soon.
I think a lot of boxing fans out there agree with you, man. It would make a tremendous fight, and of
Yeah.
course, David Benavidez is calling out Canelo because he has his old strap. You know what I'm saying? But Benavidez has to be more
Yeah.
disciplined. He needs to make weight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
definitely.
he
Yeah,
needs to be
definitely.
disciplined,
Hmm.
dog. Did you see
Yeah,
the Ryan Garcia
for
Luke
sure.
Campbell fight at lightweight?
Oh yes. Yeah, I did. Um,
What you think
I thought
about
it was a
that?
good fight. I personally I don't like Ryan Garcia. I I I don't like him. I don't hate anybody, but I don't like him. I think he has a lot of potential to be a phenomenal and one of the greats, but he's still, to me, in my opinion, he's still very green. And what he did with Luke Campbell, he displayed that he had heart. He got up and he fought like a fucking warrior and he finished the fight, which I thought was incredible because I didn't know how he was gonna react when he got hit. He finally got hit. He got hit. He got dropped, but he got up and he did what champions do. He got up and he fought. So I do respect him for that, but I still don't like him. And I want to see that Tank fight because he keeps calling him out. I know Tank will gonna murder that little boy.
Yeah, man. They was on Mike Tyson podcast, man, and Ryan, you can tell he ain't used to talking shit, dog. So, he was up there just
No.
talking, and Mike Tyson had Tank Davis on the phone, FaceTime and
Yeah.
whatever. And Ryan was, saying that Javante Davis is gonna need a ladder, he gonna need a stair climber, he gonna fuck him up, kept calling him boy and all that. So, I hope they make this damn fight, man. I hope they do it, bro.
Yeah, I hope they do. I hope they do too. I really hope they do because I think that what is it? That's a lightweight division, right?
Yeah,
My,
lightweight
so
division.
that lightweight division is full of bunch of talent. Yeah, it's full of a bunch of talent and prospects. But I think right now everybody's so caught up on Ryan Garcia, they're ignoring the other dudes like Haney, Stevenson, Teofimo. Like these are all guys. These are all guys that I know that could probably put their hands on Ryan still, But Ryan went out and called one of the biggest. I think Tank. I'd probably put Teofimo first, Tank second, and then Lomachenko third. And then I haven't really watched Haney too much, but Haney and Ryan, I don't know. I've watched Ryan, but I haven't seen Haney. I'd place one of them fourth. I don't know yet. That'd be my top four for the lightweight.
I got you. I mean, that's a respectable ranking. You know what I'm saying? Off what we got. Yeah. Teofimo Lopez, of course, he's at the top of the food chain in the lightweight division. Yeah. So from what I'm hearing, man, he's trying to possibly fight Devin Haney if the Kambosos fight doesn't go through. Mm-hmm. So we might see, for all the titles, man, Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney next.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that division, just like I said, it's full of prospects and there's a lot of amazing fights that can happen soon. But as we know, boxing likes to put shit off for a little bit. So yeah, hopefully they make some of these fights happen because that's a very fun division. That's a division I do enjoy watching.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Frank, man, what's going on with the North Carolina? Boxing being shut down in that region, man. Do you see? Is there a forecast when it's gonna open back up so they can resume boxing in North Carolina? I mean, what's going on with that, man?
So, as far as that goes, I don't really follow the politics of the boxing and stuff. I trust my team to make the decision for me and whatnot. But I really don't know what's going on with the commission out here. I don't see how. I would hope maybe by summertime this year everything opens back up, but I really don't. I have no idea at all. I'm clueless.
I got you. It's just unfortunate, man. It's a dark, it's a dark, what they call it. When it comes to boxing, man, it's such a dark space, man. When it comes to North Carolina, because first they wasn't giving that particular region respect, and then it turned around, they shut down boxing in North Carolina as a whole. So everybody, all the promoters that was actually putting on cards, they had to go next door to South Carolina or down south or up north or whatever. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
So hey, man,
too, because I'm pretty sure.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was about to say it's unfortunate the commission's closed because I'm pretty sure if things were open back over here, I'd probably be fighting a lot way more. Who knows? Maybe we could have had something closer to Fort Bragg, and we could have had all the soldiers and a whole 82nd Airborne Division come out and support me and pressure. There's definitely a lot of missed opportunities, but hopefully it's something that could happen soon. Hopefully the commission opens back up soon.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I wanted to ask you, have you deployed in country yet?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really count as much as a deployment, but was it earlier? Yeah, earlier, right around this time last year, there was was New Year's Eve. There was an attack on the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, Iraq, and I don't know if you remember reading up on it. They deployed the 82nd Airborne Division. Yeah, I was one of the soldiers. Yeah, I was one of the soldiers that left. Not much went on. I mean, I sat in Kuwait. We did a lot of training.
Ali Al-Salim,
of course.
Did you go to Ali Al-Salim?
What was it? No, I didn't. I went to, what is it? There was a shithole. Camp Buren. Okay. Terrible place.
I mean, a lot of those places over there are terrible. Shit.
Nah, there was some of the 82nd dudes got to kick it up in age. I heard age was way nicer. And then everything got worse. So when we got there, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to use this to get in shape. You literally can't do nothing. All there is to do is train the military, and then on your free time, train yourself, go lift some weights. But all the COVID stuff, when it started happening down in the States, they started taking the precaution out there, and so they shut down all the gyms and all. It was just, wow. It became a big old mess out there. Yeah. Dang,
I know people was gaining weight like on the what, man, because they serve good chow over there. You know?
See. Yeah, they do. There's something. I'd be too lazy to go because I don't know. I don't know when you were out there, they have like a couple restaurants. They shut down all the restaurants, so there was only like two little defects that were open. And I used to hate going, but I had to eat because I used to hate going because how like once all the restaurants got shut down, the lines to those defects were like super long, like all day and all night. So I would only go. I probably go to. I think it was to breakfast. I get up like at 4 and I just buy breakfast and that's it. That's all I would eat.
Man, that's crazy, man. That's the sacrifice we got to go through, though, man. Because I feel you on that. Like, I was at Fallujah, Camp Takalum, Habanea. Man, I was communication, man. I was all over the place, man. And I get it when you're talking about, certain times. Like it was a certain part where the Porta Johns, they was full, and they was the only ones that was accessible to us.
Yeah.
Man, people got sick. They wasn't even coming up there emptying them things. So I feel you, man. But you made it back safe. That's the good part, dog.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Hey, it's a pleasure having you finally drop through there, Frank, man. You always welcome, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you almost at the end of your tour. I'm not gonna give you no long ass story. It'll make me seem older than what I am, dog. But I salute you for being a U.S. Army veteran, my brother. And it's good to see you on your way out the door and carrying on with the rest of your life, whatever you choose to do. If it's professional boxing or basically getting that job because you got to make a living for yourself. You know.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate that. I really do. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, just hit me up anytime. I got your contact or whatever. And my apologies for taking so long, man. I know both of us have, our duties that we got to handle. But yeah, man, tell Tony I said what's up, tell him I said what's up.
I know I appreciate this. I want to shout a couple of people out real quick if that's cool with you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Do what you do.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I just want to thank Mr. Burgess, Pops, you already know. Thank you for, giving me a home. You basically gave me a home. When I got here, hands open, I appreciate that. And I want everybody to hear this because not too many people are like he is. He was very caring and loving. He gave me a home. And yes, I'm going back to California, but I'm going to do my best to represent us well. And I'm never going to forget where I came from. So thank you for that. I also want to thank Coach Eric, Coach Antonio. They've been my trainers out here, work with me the most. Coach Pat, too. Every here and there, he's been helping out a lot with the sparring. So also shout out to my sparring partners, Reese, Luke, Bryant, all of you guys. Appreciate you guys. And that's pretty much it. My mom, my brother, if you're watching, I love you guys. Thank you. Team Popoca. Appreciate it.
Hey, that's what it is, Frank. Salute from World Combat Sports, man. And also to Burgess Boxing and Fitness. You know what it is, man, always. And for James Toney, hey, man, you should have been in the hall. They should have put you in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what they're thinking. You should have been in on your first go round. But salute to James Toney, man, a boxing legend. And also, be safe out there, Frank, man. Appreciate you pulling up. And it was a pleasure interviewing you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
All right, for sure. Salute, man.
All right. Salute.
What's good, everyone? I see IB in the building. Salute to you, bro. That was Frank Popoca. And he's a U.S. Army veteran. He's training up there out of Burgess Boxing and Fitness, the gear that you see right here. I appreciate the gear way back when there, Tony. You know what it is, man. I know it was special seeing him and his growth in the sport of boxing, and you having the opportunity to see him go in there and compete in his first professional fight, man. I know you probably shed tears. It was a special moment, you know what I'm saying? And I know how Tony Burgess feel about Frank. You know what I'm saying? For real. I know how he feel about him. So yeah, it was somebody near and dear to his heart, So, salute to you, Frank, man. An individual who's about to end his tour of duty in the U.S. Army. He served his time contractually, so he's on his way out. So, best wishes to you in March, man, when you go back in there and glove up and have your second professional fight, man. Best wishes to you in there. For those of you that's tuning in, I'm gonna be on here briefly. I don't know. I have to talk on this because it's been a big topic. A lot of people not talking about it because they just choose to leave it alone because of whatever reason. But I don't know if you looked at the Mike Tyson podcast, right? But Mike Tyson, you know, the OG in the game, he had Gervonta Davis on the phone. And of course, Gervonta's down in Florida training with AB. And Ryan Garcia is on this high right now. You know what I'm saying? He's on this high. And look, I'll never tell nobody to be on the downside, to feel, deep slumber. You know what I'm saying? I'll always say, okay, if you just won, against somebody, okay, cool. But Ryan Garcia has been on the high right now. You know what I'm saying? He's been out here just being garrulous and braggadocious like you wouldn't believe, man. His mouthpiece is turning over. The cylinders are full blown. You know what I'm saying? And he would not stop talking. So he's up there going in because Ryan Garcia is actually at the headquarters, Mike Tyson, where his podcast at, right? So, Ryan Garcia saying, boy, you're going to need a ladder. You're gonna need a stair climber, boy. I'm the best. I'm so pretty, trying to use that Muhammad Ali. Of course he's going to say he's pretty. Deep down inside, we all know that you want to go off your looks and everything. I'm not the one to tell you not to, but why use it, what I'm saying, against Gervonta Davis? If you want to fight, just talk about the fight and what you're going to do to him when you get him in the ring and all this other stuff. We really don't want to hear about nobody being prettier than the other, because when it comes down to the sport, it's not one of beautification unless it's with your hands. And then I'm saying, unless it's with your skill, how pretty you look in the ring. That's what we want to see, not anything else. So, Ryan Garcia was going back and forth, man, talking shit to Gervonta, who was on the phone and really trying to make this fight. Mike Tyson was trying to make the fight. So the only thing I'm telling you all, we'll see what happens in the upcoming weeks. I hear that they're not going to fight. And then I hear they are going to fight. And I hear they aren't. Listen, if Ryan Garcia feels deep down inside that Gervonta Davis is an opponent that he sees as his subordinate, and he can go in there and get the victory, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to sit up here and say, "Well, Ryan Garcia, you shouldn't be thinking like that." If it was me in a position and I felt like that deep down inside, okay, I said, okay, I got to issue the challenge. But me, I don't think, absolutely not, that he's ready for Gervonta Davis. I can only tell you what I'm feeling. I don't feel Ryan Garcia is ready. Now, we don't want no goofy shit. When it comes down to it, I'm looking at it like I expect Gervonta to go in there and perform, and I expect Ryan to go in there and perform. But we don't want no goofiness like you did after the Luke Campbell fight. You want to come up there and talk about, I'll say, oh, geez, they got knocked down for the first time. Listen. I understand you was knocked down for the first time, and you was probably still a little loopy from the knockdown. But when Gervonta Davis hit your ass, I almost guarantee you're going to feel a lot different than what Luke Campbell gave you. Luke Campbell's punching power is nowhere considered to be equal to that of Gervonta Davis. Do I want to see the fight now? Hell yeah, I want to see it. Yeah, absolutely, I want to see the fight. If Ryan Garcia says he's ready, let's get this motherfucking fight popping. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Moving on. If by chance what I'm hearing about Teofimo Lopez is true, cool. If he doesn't get the fight with George Kambosos, he fight Devin Haney, cool. That'll be a good name that Devin Haney needs. Listen, this will be the fork. This will be the next floor. This will be everything that Devin Haney needs on his resume. Teofimo Lopez. Why do I say that? I say it because of this. because Teofimo Lopez, he went through a trio. He went through a trifecta in what I call of killers. Nakatani is a killer. No doubt about it. Nakatani, people don't give him respect. But listen, y'all got to respect these Japanese fighters, especially the ones that are good. You can't you can't sit up here and give Naoya Inoue down the bantamweight division super props because he's a 3-division champion, unified at bantamweight, and they call him monster. But you don't give Masayoshi Nakatani credit. So Masayoshi Nakatani, yeah, he took a loss against Tio, but he came back and fought and beat Felix Verdejo, which was a worthy opponent, right? But Teofimo Lopez smashed Richard Comey and then went in there and won against Lomachenko. Top 2 pound for pound. If Devin Haney is to go in here and prove a point to the people that he's much better than his performance on Jokic Gamboa, he has to go in there and defeat Teofimo Lopez. All the naysayers, including myself, will speak a little bit different about Devin Haney. I'm not going to kowtow. I'm not going to damn genuflect. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, I was wrong to begin with. No, I'm telling you what I see right now. He goes in there and gets the win with Teofimo Lopez, then it's a lot less he has to prove because he would have beaten the man who beat the man, period. He would have beaten the man who beat the man. Teofimo Lopez beat the man. That man had unified titles. He had the WBA and the WBO. And of course, he had that friendship, title that they have out there. All right. So when it comes down to it, if Team Lopez decides to face Haney for the last strap, it's going to be a damn good fight. And I really don't want to hear nothing from nobody if their fighter don't win. I still have Teofimo Lopez in that fight, period. I still have Teofimo Lopez winning that fight against Devin Haney. I don't want to hear nothing. Teofimo Lopez, the fight's made and he win. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. I hope it's no controversy. I hope it's nothing that we can sit up here and say, well, this happened, that happened. You know what I'm saying? I just want the fight to be as it is. We need to get straight down to the point. So, like I said before, if I support fighters, I have my favorite fighters. I never want them to go into a fight and say, man, I hope this fighter is less than what they should be. No, I want Devin Haney to be 100. I want Teofimo to be 100. And let's go in there and get this clash and battle. I don't want to see no fighter less than the other. I want to hear no fucking excuses. I want to see both of them go in there and give us a damn good fight. Just like Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury in the trilogy. That's what it is, people. That's how my lens and how I treat combat sports. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to be less healthy than the next fighter. I don't want no injuries, no COVID-19, none of that shit. I want them both to be happy. I want training camp to go absolutely wonderful. And I want to split the ropes and go ahead and compete. Mano a mano, goddammit. Who is the man at lightweight? Who is the motherfucking man? T.O. goes in there and defeats Devin Haney and gets the last strap. Now what? My people, do not come with no bullshit excuse. Don't do it. If he gets beat, he gets beat. The same thing if Haney beats T.O. Don't start to say anything, make up excuses or nothing. Teofimo Lopez is riding his, on the high right now, and he should be. He's the motherfucking man. I'm not gonna sit up here and criticize Teofimo Lopez because he's high. He's high right now off himself. I would be high off myself if I defeated Nakatani, Comey, and Lomachenko. I would be talking so much shit. People's like, "Oh God," I would be on IG at least about 4 or 5 times a day. This little back and forth that T.O. has going on, bragging about his titles. So freaking what? Do it. What do y'all expect? His dad said he'll be a world champion in 15 fights. Why shouldn't he be out here bragging? He should be absolutely, man, excited from the highest. Because he won. What the fuck he supposed to do? Hey, you know what? T.O., it's time for you to be humble. Be humble in victory. No, man. He fought and won an IBF title and then fought for the unified titles. It shouldn't be no humbleness in there. I'm just being absolute. I don't know what to tell you. That's just me. I always went into an event. Like, say, for instance, we had a push-up contest. It was the Marines and the Navy on this ship, and we was heading out. We was heading out to Korea, I believe. So we had a push-up contest, and I did push-ups damn near every other day in the military. So it's like maybe it's money in the pot. It's like maybe 25 of us in the push-up contest. And we're doing the push-ups up, down. You go to someone drops. You go to someone drops. But I always had a method in how I do push-ups. I wouldn't put myself in a position to compete in a contest and not be in shape to do it. I ended up winning the contest out of 25 dudes, right? And more so, it was the method for which I was doing my push-ups. You know, most people don't understand breathing plays a big part in providing oxygen for your muscles and everything, especially if you're doing an exercise back to back, and lactic acid is building up in your body. So Teofimo Lopez, his father said he'll be a champion in 15 fights. They had enough confidence in themselves to say, fuck it, let's go. That's my mentality. I wish I can take a lot of these, people that I know that got big mouths on here, take them, on a rappel tower, take them to some of these high cliffs and go diving off these quarries. Yeah. Put them in an environment where they don't have grounded. They're not grounded at all. It would change some people's lives, man. Let's go skydiving. Let's go into an environment where you don't have control of the element. You don't have control. And two of those elements is wind and water. That's just my mentality, man. So, when I look at people who sitting up here projecting greatness, right? They had confidence in themselves. They didn't know they was going to do it. In a physical form. They was just imagining, they was putting it out there. And it happened. So I don't really understand why people all upset about Teofimo bragging about his belts. Brag until the motherfucking sun go down and motherfucker come up. I ain't mad at you. Ryan Garcia, talk as much shit as you want. We need it in boxing. We can't sit up here and glorify the fuck out of Muhammad Ali for talking shit. But then now all of a sudden we want to pick and choose who trash talk. Let Ryan Garcia talk his trash. Because at the end of the day, boxing demands that one individual from each team split the ropes to compete. The third man in the ring is the referee. He's going to have to prove that shit. Mitch in the building. What's good? 2021 looking good for boxing. Hopefully these fights can be made. Ryan versus Tank. Haney versus Teofimo. Man, all of that. Straight like that, man. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, if that's going to be the fight right now, cool. Who am I to sit up here and say, I just got tired of them chasing. If that is indeed is what's going on with Team Lopez and they have retract and they're coming back to Team Haney, hell yeah. We'll do it. Let's go. Let's make that fight. That's what everybody wants to see. In reality, they want to see an undisputed for everything, all the marbles, everything. Every freaking thing. Nothing left on the table. All the damn crowns. Because at the end, it will be no fucking excuses. It will be absolutely nothing but a 12-round boxing match, and one person will come out the winner. If it goes the distance, so be it. If it don't, okay. Ryan versus Tank. You know, a lot of us know what it is, man. I can assume, you know what I'm saying? I'm assuming right now that based off Ryan, like if I'm going to criticize, like I tell people, I hear people just going in on these groups and they always try to make it about race. So if you're going to compare the Hispanic fighter to a black fighter, you're making it about race. So therefore, I look at it like this, man. It's kind of hypocritical when you don't follow somebody, and as critical as I've been about Haney's resume, but yet I don't supposed to be critical of Ryan Garcia's resume, because we have this little cloud of individuals that's sitting up here trying to make it about something more. Ryan Garcia's resume is suspect. Luke Campbell doesn't damn highlight Ryan Garcia's resume any more than what it was before. Come on, man. You can't sit up here and say, well, he's top 3 because he fought Luke Campbell. But Luke Campbell came in the fight with losses. Luke Campbell is absolutely a second place human being when it comes to boxing. He may have came in first in the Olympics, but in his professional career, he ain't trying to goddamn be a gold standard. He's trying to be the second, the runner-up. Because he wasn't willing. Look, in my opinion, he didn't go all out. He didn't, when it came down to him trying to shut Ryan down, he didn't give us that. So why are y'all trying to boost up Ryan Garcia? Who cares, man? You know what I'm saying? You can't boost him up off Luke Campbell. You can't do that shit. He just came off a loss to Lomachenko, man. Moving on to the super middleweight division, I really hope this year that Canelo will fight David Benavidez. I like David Benavidez, man. Always have. When he was had the belt, he had his ups and downs, his troubles. But I really hope Canelo prove that he won't duck David Benavidez. Because look, if you're gonna now be in the division, you made the commitment and the choice to say, I'm going to be super middleweight to light heavy. Okay, cool. Understand that David Benavidez used to be the owner and the champion of that WBC title. You was able to get this, that, and the other and pick up another strap fighting Callum Smith, who wasn't even trying to fucking give you any type of competitiveness in there. He wasn't even trying to make the fight tough for you. The motherfucker, man, was goddamn 8 feet tall comparable to the pictures they put out there. And he went in there and fought like Jack and the Beanstalk. He was like, this motherfucker act like he wasn't there to throw any type of punches. Granted, you know, he gave me the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He did. He gave me every bit of it. He gave me standing there, get hit, don't do too much. I know what I'm here for and all this other shit. Now, all of a sudden, Callum Smith is saying, I'm moving up to light heavy. Him and Chavez Jr. did the exact same thing about Canelo when they was in there with Canelo. Exact same thing. No different. They just, you know, very little output and getting punched. Seriously, that's all he did. That's all they did, y'all. But I really hope David Benavidez, man, because I like David Benavidez. His boxing, I like him matching up well against Canelo Alvarez. In between time, Marcelo, he's going to have to make some moves, man. 2-division champion. Make some moves, bro. Put your name in the motherfucking lineup, goddammit. Fall in, as they call it in the Marine Corps. Fall in there, Jamal Charlo. Let's go. Call out Canelo, man. Start being more voiceful. Fuck it. You're not getting any younger. My people, we know we're about to coach you. But me, myself, I'm tired of seeing what your lifestyle consists of when we're talking about professional sports. So if you're eating off the apron of professional boxing, understand that we know you're making money. But what are you trying to do in professional boxing? You're just trying to be another boxer? Are you trying to be great at what you do? If you tell us straight to our face, I ain't trying to be great. I'm just trying to get paid. I'm just trying to be paid. So I'm looking at the amount of years I got left, lines only. So, let's say give or take, I'm in the ring to about 36, 37. You know what I'm saying? Make me some money, enough money to feed my family. Okay. Help us understand, especially me, because I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna talk too much more about you because you ain't here to make the money and you ain't trying to be great. If you're trying to be a 3-division champion, then let's rock. Let's rock. Be a 3-division champion. The same thing I say for Errol Spence without going on a tangent. The same thing I say about Errol Spence. If these fights are made at lightweight, if we're able to see Lomachenko, Teofimo, then turn back around in 21 and see Teofimo versus Haney, and then Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis, then I want the boxing fans to look at Errol Spence like, you know what I'm saying? You give him that look like, you're looking real crazy right now. Because if we're not willing to try anything and everything to make that Errol Spence Bud Crawford fight, then guess what? We should call it. We should call bullshit when we see it. Shout out to Mark Nash in the building, man. Appreciate you for that donation, my brother. Y'all be sure to check out Mark Nash Breaking Beats, man. Go check out his channel and make sure you subscribe. You know what it is, man. Support always, man. But I'm real critical of Errol Spence because I don't see him as being pound for pound number one. First of all, it just doesn't matter. It just don't add up to me with the Kell Brooks, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia. It just don't add up with me. It don't add up putting Mikey Garcia in there. It just don't add up to me. And then people are not going to convince me that, well, Canelo, who's never attempted to unify the division for Undisputed, we're going to praise him because I told everybody Canelo's my pound for pound, right? Not my pound for pound, but it's boxing pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? He never unified the division Undisputed. And people will kind of bring that up periodically, right? But then when you have Crawford, who has been undisputed, they want to talk about how weak of his opposition was to become undisputed, but not factoring in the criticism to all these other fights, the fact they never unified the entire division. That's the argument. So if the argument is they haven't unified the entire division, why are we continuing to beat down Bud Crawford when he's a 3-division and formerly unified champion? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to knock him for that. But somebody, put a bug in Spence here and, tell him to hurry up and make this fight, man. Because I'm going to continue to tell anyone and everyone, I don't believe you're going to convince me, Kell Brook of all people, just because he went over there and in the backyard and picked up the IBF title. Yeah, he had one loss. Spence gave him his second. Okay, cool. But we're going to praise Sean Porter for doing what exactly at welterweight? For doing what exactly? And we're going to praise Danny Garcia for doing what exactly? Being the Luke Campbell of the welterweight division? I mean, I'm not being harsh, but Danny Garcia, are we going to praise him for being the Luke Campbell of the welterweight division? Seriously. I'm serious. When you look at the big names, what has Danny Garcia did? So we're going to keep the same energy leading up to the fight, keep the same energy after the fight. Don't boost up Errol Spence for defeating Danny Garcia, who looked worse than a fighter who's moving up from 35, y'all. Mikey Garcia looked clean walking out the fight with Errol Spence than Danny Garcia. Something's wrong with that. You feel me? Something's extremely wrong with that. Because Danny Garcia has been competing at welterweight longer than Mikey Garcia. Maybe he should have took Mikey Garcia's eyeballs and said, I got to see what Mikey's seeing. Because Mikey went the distance, and this motherfucker was like, cool, I'm going to the club. Let's go. Danny Garcia was like, damn, I got to go to the ER. That motherfucking eye fucked up. Come on, man. And you had idiots out here talking about Danny Garcia was motherfucking 38-0. Stop it, man. Stop it. This clown, dog. Man, come on, man. Danny Garcia has losses because he chooses to lose. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he still, and the crazy thing about Danny Garcia, he still has enough credibility to his brand to come back and fight somebody else that has a top name. Your Dinas Ugas. You know, after what Errol Spence did, he definitely don't want to step in there with Crawford. You know, Virgil Ortiz. Are y'all gonna feed Virgil Ortiz Danny Garcia? Are you gonna feed Virgil Ortiz? I mean, who y'all plan on feeding Danny Garcia to next? Because right now he's a meal. Mitch say, we know Ryan Garcia is good enough to be a gatekeeper. He didn't show the skill to beat the top guys in the division. I'll say he's fifth best in the division if Tank is included. Listen, Mitch. For those individuals who's been unfriendly in the inbox, listen, those words that you're talking is not going to do anything because you just want to take a pretty face. It seems like you're infatuated with the man looks. Y'all infatuated with the man looks. You want to talk about how young he is, but yet you don't want to recognize that all them cats are young. Gervonta's young. We're not going to separate 2 years. These motherfuckers are still in their 20s. They're young. Devin's young. T.O.'s young. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting the Ryan's young. Give him a chance. He's growing as a fighter. Okay. So now when it comes down to all the shit I hear in the YTBC, I'm supposed to cater to Ryan Garcia now just because he went in there and looked average against Luke Campbell, who touched him up on the chin. Now, all of a sudden, you want to say, okay, I got to go out here and act like I'm tough guy now. And that's not even something I use, acting like a tough guy. So now Ryan Garcia is out here trying to act like he's this killer now. Fuck the Flash. Let me go back to my thumbnail so I can show you the flash that I put up there because it's a story to be told. This is my thumbnail the other day, and the flash I put up there basically showed he wasn't fast enough to remove Ryan Garcia from that damn punch that landed on Ryan Garcia's chin. You know, he just wasn't there enough. He wasn't fast enough. He wasn't conditioned. So what I see right now with Ryan Garcia talking all big and bad, like I said before, I really don't care, but I think it's a little bit outside of his character. If Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso told you we really don't want that Gervonta work, why is now you talking shit and you coming there with a damn a tuxedo shirt on and a bow tie like you going to a bar mitzvah and talking shit to Tank in front of Mike Tyson? I don't see where you're trying to go. Are you trying to sell the fight? The fight's gonna sell regardless. But do us a favor there, Ryan. Do us a favor. Understand that the same individual, your mentor, Saul Canelo Alvarez, just fought a fighter in Callum Smith that did absolutely nothing with his height. Did nothing. So therefore, you're talking about how tall you are, but you're not factoring in how much of a damn savage Gervonta Davis is. Did you not see what just happened with Canelo Alvarez? Okay, Mark, those are not all the fouls. I was just waiting for you to get back with me. I just didn't know what the foul size and how long it would take, but I definitely have some other files to send you of that training session. You know, so I'll talk to you after the live. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you after the live because I'm not gonna stay on here too long because this is Frank Popoca interview. So I just wanted to touch bases on, you know, it's not even an elephant in the room, it's what's going on. Look, I like the whirlwind that's going on with the lightweight division. I like how the inclement weather is starting to swirl. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get some turbulence in the lightweight division. Because if by chance we get Teofimo Lopez, oh my God, Devin Haney, oh man, that lead up, that promo is gonna be fire. That shit's gonna be fire. Because Teofimo say he doesn't like Devin Haney, and I'm pretty sure Devin Haney don't like Teo. That's gonna be nice. And then if by chance, if little Ryan comes up here and wants some of that Baltimore love, I'm pretty sure Tank gonna give it to him. Seriously, I see it, man. And look, I don't think he respects the amount of amateur pedigree Tank has. I just don't think Ryan Garcia, I don't think if it's registered. I don't think his brain has calibrated how dangerous that fight is with Tank Davis. I think he's trying to get the fight. He know what the results are going to be, but people are trying to say that Ryan's trying to be great, bro. People are saying that let him be great. He's young. He sees the opportunity. Yes, he sees the opportunity. But does he see the severity at this point in being a fighter that came off the canvas? Do you understand that you have several areas of your skill set to work on? That's all I'm saying. That Ryan, let's say Campbell was a good win for him, though. A solid step-up opponent. Tank and Lopez KOs him, and Loma and Haney outboxes him. I can understand where you're saying Campbell was a good win. I never said Campbell was a good win. I mean, wasn't. I've said basically why people hyping him up to be top 3 from stepping up and fighting Campbell when he got off the canvas. I just don't see that same love, that LOVE. Or I can short it, that LUV, coming from fighters who's been on the canvas and gotten up. I don't see the same people saying, you know what, he got off the canvas. Let's salute him. Let's praise him to the high. No, I don't see that shit. And I'm not going to wait to see it either. Because if it's not natural and people just giving, say, hey, guess what, man? So-and-so fought a damn tough fight. You know, you see Tyson Fury knock the fuck out in the 12th round. But the only thing they talk about is him getting up. Oh, this is unbelievable. Tyson Fury rises. He's immortal. You know, they give him all this damn hype. Deontay Wilder gets up twice. Immediately, boom, gets up. And they walk around and saying Tyson Fury knocked out Deontay. The towel obviously came in the ring, but they say Tyson Fury knocked him out. Tyson Fury didn't stop Deontay Wilder, but the narrative is being pushed that he did. He did not. The fight was stopped by Mark Breland. Get over it. He also had a point deducted during that fight. You know, we're going to talk about it. But that's a good point there, Mitch. That's a good point about Tank and Lopez KOs him. Loma Haney boxes him. You know, a lot of people will think that with Loma and Haney, is Ryan Garcia smart enough to do what Jorge Linares was able to do to Vasyl Lomachenko? Is he smart enough, if he does have the power, to find that opening and drop either Haney or Lomachenko? You know what I'm saying? Does he have the ring IQ? Because people are giving Ryan Garcia the power and he got the speed. But do he have the ring IQ to discover an opening seize the opportunity and max out the value of landing that solid power punch and getting a knockdown. We'll see. I'm not going to compare it to Luke Campbell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to compare it to Luke Campbell. Best believe that. IB said, facts, Mark took it upon himself to throw the towel, but was it in Wilder's best interest? Hey, we went, it's been so much talk about what was best interest and stuff like that. And I would say, he threw in the towel. Deontay was taking punishment for whatever they thought the interest was. They felt it was in the best interest to stop the fight. That's all I can say on that. Seriously, that's all I can say. Because I didn't see freaking the Rail brother, running in the background when Tyson Fury was cut over the eye with Otto Wallin. People weren't running around when he had a big ass gash over his right eye. They weren't saying, hey, somebody stop the fight. Come on, man. This motherfucker was cut. A huge ass cut. And no one running around. Save Fury, please. Save him to fight another day. Who was running when Anthony Joshua was all over the canvas? Who was running? Did we find somebody running out there? Were they corner looking to stop the fight when Anthony Joshua was all over the canvas? No. They didn't have to because Joshua quit. And Joshua all of a sudden, no English, no habla English, no sé, amigo. He didn't know anything. He spit out his gum shield. The referee saying, hey, Joshua, you good? You good, Joshua? What he say? And then the referee stopped the fight. He quit. People weren't running around the ring when Joshua was all over the canvas, man. I'm just saying. People wasn't running all around the ring when Baranchyk and Cepeda was knocking each other to the canvas. People wasn't running all outside the ring. Stop the fight. They was loving that shit. Where was the people when Jose Lopez was fighting Francisco Santana? What was all the people that was there when he was taking all that punishment? Francisco Santana never been knocked out before. Never been stopped, but he was getting murdered. Lopez was landing everything in the kitchen sink, y'all. It wasn't nobody going in there trying to save Santana. They were saying, yes, Santana's going to come back. Francisco Santana. He ended up being stopped. Is he going to be okay? He took crazy amount of punishment. I didn't see the rail running around. Hey, save Santana. Please, por favor, save Santana. He's taking punishment. Señor, mira, me aquí. I didn't see that shit going on. I mean, when are we going to sit up here and look at fights and glorify the knockdowns? I didn't see people running to the damn Felix Verdejo and goddamn Masayoshi Nakatani fight. How many knockdowns was Masayoshi Nakatani received? 2, right? I didn't see people. He was hurt. Nakatani was fucking hurt. I didn't see people running around. Save Nakatani. I didn't see it. And he looked bad. See, they pick and choose what fight they want to boost the severity. Oh, man, it was deleterious to his health. They pick and choose on who they want to do that shit with. When Nakatani was going down, I didn't hear the state of emergency. I didn't hear the distress signals. They was loving that shit. They pick and choose who they want to damn boost up when it comes to a fighter being knocked down. Real talk. They want to pick and choose, man. You can't sit up here and say, that's a FOTY, Baranchyk and Cepeda. That's a potential FOTY, right? But yet they kept getting dropped. So how many times do you want to see a fighter get dropped, and before you up here say, "Oh man, somebody stop the fight"? You know, shout out to Buddy McGirt. Shout out to Buddy McGirt for telling Maxim Delisha, Max, no Max, you're taking too much punishment from Subriel Matias. You're taking too much. No, Max, I can't let you go back in there. So if Mark Breland throwing in the towel on Deontay Wilder, okay, all right. But make no mistake about it, Deontay never quit. He never gave up. To me, with all the criticism that he's received during his reign as a champion, he never quit. He never gave up. Bleeding out the ear, fat lip, everything else that went along with that night, he never fucking quit. But Joshua quit against a last-minute replacement, and people still try to compare him as if he's Muhammad Ali. It's not a day and breath that I would sit here and accept that bullshit. Not a day. I don't give a fuck why these ignorant-ass fuckboys would come over here and say, oh, every time they compare Deontay Wilder fans, they're a fanboy. That's not true. That's not true at all, man. Mitch said Golden Boy has moved carefully with Ryan thus far. Will Oscar fuck this up? If he does, Ryan will leave Golden Boy. Well, the last time I checked, Ryan didn't fucking, he wasn't respecting Oscar anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not too long ago when Canelo Alvarez was going through this shit with the zone to get the fuck out the contract and bounce, Ryan Garcia was coming out saying, you know what? If you don't want to help me out, let me go. He was basically going in on Oscar. But Oscar, of course, doesn't want to lose control of two star Mexican fighters. He doesn't want that to go away because most of the fighters that Golden Boy has, I mean, it's not too many brothers that over there at all, to be honest with you. I'm just keeping it 100. So I look at it like Oscar De La Hoya, he has to try to what they call that shit? What they call that? They have he has to build up that relationship again with Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he has to build that relationship. He has to find a way. I'm not too concerned about what Oscar got going on, except when he comes out his goddamn mouth and said Ryan is going to be the A side. They're gonna have to understand Ryan's gonna have to be the A side. And now you're trying to fight Tank. So y'all, if y'all told Ryan Garcia you're not trying to fight Tank, and he's still out here calling out Gervonta, y'all don't have no control over this cat. He's loose. So let him earn his stripes. If he don't want to listen to what y'all telling him, and he still want to go out here and call out Gervonta, go right ahead, bro. Let him earn his stripes the hard way. If he wins, kudos. Y'all will have said, okay, we seen that shit. We knew Ryan could defeat Gervonta. But he goes out there and get fucked up. You're going to be like, I told him not to do it. He just want to do it on his own. He's hard-headed. That's what these young fighters need to learn. Listen to your mentors. If Canelo, of all people, telling Ryan, chill, don't do it, then relax. Be patient. Virgil Ortiz is a better boxer than Ryan. Absolutely. Come on, man. Different division, better boxer. Absolutely. I agree. Munguia might be better too. Munguia is better than Ryan Garcia. Look, Homie is the Zorro of motherfucking boxing, dog. I swear to you, Homie picked up a title at 54. Before you know it, he was up at 60. He goddamn swooped through that motherfucking alleyways and shit, picked up the strap and bounced. I call Homie McGill the Zorro of boxing, dog. He's here. He's important to whomever. He's important a little bit, but no one really understands what he has going on right now. You know, I mean, he has championship bragging rights, but when it comes to people just saying, you know what, I want to see Hummy McGill fight. I want to see that fight. They're not saying that, man. They're not searching for Hummy McGill. Damn, you know, it's crazy someone even mentioned Hummy McGill's name. But yeah, man, I believe Hummy McGill is a better boxer than Ryan Garcia. Absolutely. Oscar gonna lose him either way. He might as well make the Tank fight. I said this a while ago. I don't think that Ryan Garcia is going to be in boxing long. I think he's going to be in Hollywood, to be honest. I said that a long time ago. I don't see Ryan Garcia overstaying his boxing career until he's 30 years old. I don't see it. I see Ryan Garcia crossing over to Hollywood, doing some acting or something like that. He has the looks for it. I don't see him being in boxing for a long period of time and being one of the Mexican greats. I just don't see it, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it. So if Oscar De La Hoya has a plan for Ryan Garcia, so be it. I'm not going to sit up here and advocate, but you know, I would say, Mitch, you're making some solid gems, man. You're making some solid points. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. Munguia getting that a Triple G fight before Andrade and Charlo. Yeah, man. And you know, look, it's fucked up two ways. Triple G, I never liked him as a boxer. Triple G, a damn fight Hummy McGill, but no Charlo. You won't offer and just say, you know what, I'm going after Charlo. I want to unify. Triple G has just settled to force us to believe that he's defending his title more than any other middleweight. He's comfortable with that shit. That's what Triple G wants y'all to believe. Respect me as one of the best. Big Drummer Show. That's what Triple G wants. So him fighting Hummy McGill, people look at it because you got two people that like getting punched. So yeah, people look at it. Absolutely, people tune in to see Hummy McGill and Triple G. Absolutely, they will. Even I will look at that fight. If it's free TV, I will look at that fight. Hell yeah, I'll look at it. But those are two individual. Triple G is not even like, man, I can't even sit up here and lie to you, Mitch. I can't sit up here and say, you know what? I really want to see an Andrade fight. Like, goddamn, Andrade, man. Like when you came out, ever since I said he set the brothers back by wearing that goofy ass Pirates of the Caribbean outfit that he had on, he ain't been able to do shit with his career. They said, motherfucker, you goofy enough to wear that outfit out here. It's gonna be a while before you get another big fight. Fuck everything else you thought. Do you understand what shade you are? For you to even allow someone to dress you like that and come out into public as a black human being. Come on, man. This is nowhere close to Halloween. I mean, bro. Andrade, I hope you get it together. You are a talented fighter. People talk about your skills all the time, how slick of a fighter you are. When you had the opportunity to face Charlo, God damn it, you should have faced Charlo. Because if you was able to get Charlo on your resume as a win, your career would be in a whole nother damn atmosphere right now. The whole vibe would be different. The whole vibe would be different with Demetrius Andrade. Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. What's going on, Terrence Bailey? What's good, man? Salute, bro. Yeah, man, the Yeti. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. The pirate suit was trash, but he was about to whip BJS. Yeah, man. Hey, we didn't get to see the motherfucker, man. It's just what ifs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's man, looking at this boxing game, it's so many fighters that can be in different places if they actually did it the right way. Floyd fucked up the game because Floyd is an individual that is sort of like a 1-in-1 in him coming along in the sport and being able to accomplish what he did, both in the ring and also generating that monetary, the monetary interest of people wanting to come see Floyd lose. It was people there that wanted to see Floyd win, but there's people there to see him lose too. He became that much that people wanted to say, okay, I want to see Floyd. And then it got to a point where Floyd was like, hey, I'm undefeated. I'm pretty. I'm money. They wanted to say, damn, I want him to take a loss. I don't want him to be undefeated no more. He had a different type of character that attracted a lot of people, both black, Mexican, white, African. It didn't matter. He was in the middle and he was able to attract both sides. But right now, there's a lot of black fighters that could be in a better position, but yet they're trying to emulate what Floyd was demanding at certain points, but they're not understanding how Floyd did it and who Floyd was. You know, how he actually performed in the ring. They may be fact, I'll take that back. They are looking at how he did it, but they're not the individuals to get it done. It's easy to assess something visually, but when you go out and execute it, it becomes a bit difficult. You have to change it up a little bit. You have to fine tune it. You have to add to it, subtract to it. Not everybody can do what Floyd Mayweather was able to do, especially when it comes to generating monetary interest from the audience. Not everybody can do that shit. Telling somebody 70-30 or whatever we give them, nigga, you sound stupid. You sound absolutely stupid. Especially, man, you just sound stupid right now. Now, the one person, look, Shakur is not there yet, but I think he will be. But the one person that can do that Floyd shit off action, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about just off action and what he's been able to do. If he keeps the momentum going, it's Teofimo Lopez. If he's able to keep the momentum going, his resume right now, he can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be rocked. He's hot. You know what I'm saying? Like Teofimo Lopez, he fought Nakatani, Komi, and Lomachenko, bro. You can't touch him right now. The only time he's going to get touched, he signed the fight with Devin Haney, and then he's back in the ring. Right now, man, I'd be going touring all over the fucking place, man. Fuck all that. If I was Teofimo and won all them belts the way he did, I'd be touring everywhere. I'd be talking cash shit. Hell yeah, man. There's no permission. So if he if he goes up to 40 and gets the title right away, he's able to make the calls. People are going to start tuning in and see Teofimo Lopez. But once again, you have the emperor that's sitting at the lower division, Shakur Stevenson, 26 champion. He gets the title at 30, and if he unifies, he gets to 35. He might be, look, Shakur Stevenson might not even be 25, 26 years old before he'd be a 3-division champion. I don't know. But he might indeed be that individual that potentially can emulate what Floyd has accomplished with the monetary gain. Why? Because you look at yourself and you say, damn, he don't have that much power. He went the distance with Toka Clary. And this, you're going to go the distance with some people. Yes, you are. But what's exciting about Shakur Stevens is the fact that he can box his ass off. He's extremely confident, and he wants to entertain the fans. He wants to say, everything you can do, I can do motherfucking better. And I'm gonna prove it to you. That's how he goes out here and perform. That's why I made that post that the emperor has risen. Because it's only a matter of time before he starts marching. And we might somewhere up the line, because look, This gap that we see between these individuals at 130, the ones that's 135, they're going to slow up once they get to 140 and 147. Believe me. You know why? Because it's 5 pound difference between 30, 35, and 40. You can fluctuate in between that grid. But once you start putting on the extra 7 pounds and going up the welterweight, it's a different story. So they're going to play around. They're going to make some moves and shifts at 30, 35, and 40. But it's going to get a little bit more slower at the intersection when we talk about 47. Yeah, watch what I tell you. IB said, Terrence Bailey, salute, Unc. For sure, man. That's what you call people down here. What's going on, Unc? You know you got some age on you. People calling you Unc. People up here calling you Unc. Damn. It was a point in time I didn't think I would be called an Unc. Andrade would have to move up again to get a fight. Billy Joe Sanders has the experience fighting in 168. Man, I'm going to be honest with y'all. When Billy Joe Sanders' name come up, I'm just waiting for him to get back in the ring. That's all. Get a win. That's it. That dude, the shit he did outside the ring, if it was a black fighter, man, they'd get vilified to no end. Acting like he was selling crack and making transit or whoever they was kiss each other and shit, and then create a video of how to abuse a woman. You know, when you're a professional fighter, man, I'll tell you, just like they say, and I'm gonna tell you straight up as a black man from the South, that shit that was going on at the Capitol, y'all shouldn't speak too much on here about the individuals who are supporting them and what we actually see that's going on as far as the individuals who's promoting violence. We will always want to talk about, oh, you know, he's good, he's this, that, and the other, but you're promoting violence. You have security letting rioters in to overtake the Capitol. Do you know if majority of those individuals who was overtaking the, rushing the Capitol like that, how in the fuck did that many people gather? This shit has been planned, y'all. This shit was motherfucking planned. How you gonna gather that many people and go over to the Capitol? Who sent the motherfucking email? If majority, I say damn 85% of that motherfucking group was black, there would have been mass casualties. It wouldn't have just been that Air Force veteran who called herself being upset because she was a Trump supporter and she want to go up here and fight for the right to be right. You know what I'm saying? She want to go up here and fight for the right. So she called herself being the first one to attempt to breach a perimeter, not knowing she's already in the service. 14 years from my understanding. So did you tell your husband? Because my girl told me, hey, baby, I'm about to go over here and rush the Capitol. Tell the kids I'll be back. If her husband said, okay, here's a pussy, how is she going to leave the house and go and rush the Capitol with all these other people? How was all these Trump supporters formed in the first place? She called herself attempting to up, you see me, I'm down, and I'm going to jump over this perimeter. No, it's called trigger. It's called sight alignment, and it's called fire. Somebody lit her ass up. Now she's dead. Now she's freaking dead. We had people that should be arrested for going in there and doing what they was doing. Obstruction, whatever the damn language is for that particular crime. But you had people rushing into the White House. This is not the first time. You had individuals that was armed with ARs. They called themselves a militia. They was able to make it inside the courthouse. Do you actually think a group of black men tell me, oh, we come in peace, but we armed? They would have opened fire. I'm just telling you the reality of it. I don't really care what anyone says about they making a black thing. No, it's not a black thing when you're a black man from the South. That shit real life. That shit real life. I don't need permission. I'm not going to ask you for permission. But I know if it would have been me gathering a whole lot of people. See, this is what people don't understand. Did you see this when President Obama was in office? Did you see this? No. If somebody would have, if President, when he was on his way out, he did 8 years though. Let's get that. All right. He did 8 years. Let's just say he did 4 and he didn't make it. He didn't win the election. And you had a huge gathering, just like the protests that was down here. Blacks everywhere. And they sit up there and post it up at the Capitol. Do you think that security would have let us into the perimeter? Do you actually think they would have been open the gates? Come on. If they did, it would have been a firing squad up there. Seriously, it would have been a firing squad up there. That's what I don't get, because previously when the protest was going on, Trump made it clear that he was kind of disappointed that they didn't breach the perimeter because he had some well-trained dogs waiting. I didn't hear that this time, because what they saying that he was responsible. Stephen A. Smith said he was responsible. That's Stephen A. Smith words. He said, quote, Donald Trump formed those people to go over there. I'm just letting it be known, man. Yeah, I got you, IB. I got you. I wait for a real fight. To whoop that ass. The Willie Monroe shit was weak. Yeah, man. It would have been a massacre had there been any pigment in that group. It was pigmentation, that bro. It was pigmentation. Yeah, they showed the brother. The brother sitting up there. You know what's crazy? And I'm gonna end this live. What's crazy is when I see a brother who stands out like that, who's up there and he's supporting Trump. They all look alike. Like they wouldn't be the type of brother that I'd be kicking it with and say, hey man, let's go eat some seafood and shit, man. Call up so-and-so and tell him that he wouldn't be. He's an individual that you run into, be like, hey man, how you been? And you be like, you give him the head nod. Hey, come here, man. Let me talk to you for a second. Do you know they're trying to pass this in the House? And they start talking politics with you all the time. That's just not me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't talk. This is the most I probably talk politics in years, because my only point to bring it up is that the world is just crazy right now. It's chaotic, y'all. We have a former president that refused to leave his post. He has been defeated, and he is absolutely attempting to cause anarchy on his way out the door. People are losing their lives because he is showing his true colors in what we already knew. And I don't talk about politics, but I'm just saying, it's just like, it's taxpayers' money. It's dangerous. It's putting people's lives in danger, Yeah, that's what it is, Mitch. Squares. You know what I'm saying? This cat up there, I say, yeah, that he looks just like the profile of someone who I would see up there. At least brother have a mask on. He's sitting up there, no mask on. They act like they're not gonna go back and look at the footage. They don't have biometrics. I mean, not biometrics, on face recognition and shit. They're not gonna go back and they'll look for people to arrest. Yeah, we got you. They're gonna so-and-so here. They're gonna try to play dumb. Why you ask? Well, we got you on video. Oh, that wasn't me. I've been here. I live 5 cities over. That wasn't me. It's no way that can be. Yeah, it is. Look at this video right here. Look at it. Do you have any kids with you? You got somebody to stay with? Okay, come with us. You know, they're gonna get some people that was in there, no doubt. But people, that's all my time, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Shout out to Frank Popoca, in North Carolina, man. U.S. Army veteran, 82nd Airborne. Salute for you stopping through, man. Everybody else is pulled up. You know what I'm saying? King Mitch in the building, man. IB, Terrence Bailey Sr., Mark Nash in the building. Everyone who pulled up, man, I appreciate you. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. What up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports.